Welcome to Pathways to Wellness. I'm your host, Jude. Living life after a stroke. Every year, about 700,000 people will suffer from a stroke in the United States. That is roughly about one person every 45 seconds, or two people in the time that it takes to watch this video. It is actually the third leading cause of death in the United States. So, what's a stroke? A stroke happens when blood flow to a part of the brain is interrupted because a blood vessel in the brain is blocked or burst open. If blood flow is stopped for longer than a few seconds, the brain can't get blood and oxygen. Brain cells can die and cause permanent damage. There are two types of stroke, ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. Ischemic stroke occurs when a blood vessel that supplies blood to the brain is blocked by a blood clot. Hemorrhagic strokes occur when a blood vessel in part of the brain becomes weak and bursts open, causing blood to leak into the brain. If you or anyone you know has high blood pressure, then there is a very high risk for stroke. People who have any of the following are also at great risk. If you have diabetes, atrial fibrillation, family history of stroke, heart disease, high cholesterol, or getting older, you're at risk for a stroke. And if you're lucky enough not to have had a stroke, then do what you can now. Consult your doctor about getting on a healthy plan for your nutrition and your exercise. If you've suffered a stroke, I can only imagine how difficult, painful, and frustrating living with the side effects can be. Don't let it beat you. You can take control, but it will take work, consistency, and determination. There's a huge variation in side effects you may be experiencing from the stroke, and it will determine the path that you take in your recovery. First, it's really important to make sure your health is stabilized. Your medications will be switching and changing while doctors get the hang of what works for you with anti-clotting medications, blood pressure medications, smoking cessation, diabetes control, etc. A stroke can knock you off your feet for months before you can feel like you can regain basic function to life. Once a doctor believes you are stabilized, then proceeding with a rehabilitation program that works for you and your body will be the next step. Developing a sense of flexibility and range of motion is going to be crucial. Please keep in mind that post-stroke, there's often a reduction in postural control, and working out can be safe as long as it is developed from seated and supine positions. Here are a few exercises you can begin with. Please remember to consult your doctor, listen to your body, stay optimistic, and progress yourself slowly. Let's start seated in a chair. With your back straight, knees should be about shoulder width apart. Start with your weaker leg first and extend one leg out, doing about 10 repetitions. Be very careful not to hyperextend your knee. And kick straight out, drawing that navel in, keeping your back straight. Once you've done 10 on one side, switch over to the next. Same thing, knees should be about shoulder width apart, kick your leg out, and do about 8 to 10 repetitions. Now, once you've mastered your leg kicks, let's go into standing up and sitting down with a chair. You can either use the help of someone or use a table or chair to assist you when standing up. Keep your feet shoulder width apart, draw your navel in, and stand right up. Start by doing anywhere from 8 to 15 repetitions, up and down. And up, squeeze your glutes on the way up, and release on the way down. Do what you're comfortable with and listen to your body. Now, once you're confident with standing up and sitting down with assistance, try to do it without any help. Same thing, keep your knees shoulder width apart, draw your navel in, shoulders back, and go ahead, stand right up and sit down and up. Again, try to go for about 8 to 15 repetitions. Do what your body can do. Listen to what it can handle. So now your next progression is to do squats unassisted. Find an object that you can pick up and put down, something that has a little weight to it, like a can of coffee or a bottle of milk. go ahead, squat down with your feet shoulders width apart and squat. Put the object down. Squat down, drawing your navel in and stand back up. Once you get confident with this motion, you can go ahead, pick up the object and extend it straight up and back down and straight up. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you this is easy. You have a challenging road ahead of you, but remember, you can be an active participant in your road to recovery. You can take control over your life and start feeling better every day. I've said it before, you can do this. Be consistent, stick to it, and please listen to your body and do what is best for you. Thank you for joining me with Pathways to Wellness. I'm your host, Jude. Go well, go strong.